You're listening to the Ballroom Network. The following program is intended for all audiences. Welcome to the Fantasy Football Goon Podcast with your hosts, Joe Mandel, the Goon, John Santucci, the Tooch, and the man with the plan, Adam Shum. We're bringing you the fantasy football knowledge that you need every single week.
Derrick Henry still going. He might go. 99 yards for the touchdown. Unbelievable.
Flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown. Only Mahomes turns what might have been a 15-yard sack into a 27-yard touchdown.
Saquon Barkley across midfield, down the sideline, staying in bounds, and Barkley takes it all the way. 68 yards for his first NFL touchdown. McCaffrey right up the middle, and he is gone for the touchdown. 58 yards. Pass is to Thomas. He's gone. Touchdown Saints.
Okay, it's time for the easiest part of any coach's job, the cut. Now, while I wasn't able to cut everyone I wanted to, I have cut a lot of you. Steven, I like your hustle. That's why it was so hard to cut you. Congratulations, the rest of you made the team. Except you, and you.
God bless fantasy football. There are many things a man can do with his time. And this is better than those things.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Fantasy Football Goon. I'm one of your hosts, Joe Mandel, the Goon, and I'm joined, as always, by my fantasy football brothers, Adam Shum, the man with the plan, and John Santucci, the Tooch. Gentlemen, happy Sunday. We're living the football dream. Got to make that playoff push. How you fellas doing this fine Sunday?
Doing all right, man. Hung in there. We had a long night of tornado sirens here in Oklahoma, but we're
Oh boy,
up and back at it, ready for football today still anyway.
Good grief. Yeah, doing good here in Iowa, in the heartland, with Adam Shum, the man with the plan, both in the heartland. Ready for some fantasy football action. I got my DraftKings parlay bonuses loaded, ready to roll.
Day.
Yeah. Got some teasers out, some straight wagers, all that good stuff. Love NFL Sunday.
It's the best, and a lot of the reason that people tune into this show is they get their prop plays. You also get your injury and fantasy updates, and we do have a couple big names that are inactive today already. Mari Cooper inactive today for the Bills, so he will not be
what's up
playing.
with Cooper?
I guess it's a wrist injury, I guess.
Yeah.
What a shame, man.
It's a surprise.
So he'll be inactive. Also, Brian Robinson Jr. inactive today. He was one of my starts. So Austin Eckler catapulted into RB2 territory for today. Obviously, there's a handful of inactives that are starting to come out for the morning games. Let's see here. Going through one at a time here. First game, nobody of note. Second game, nobody of note. Well, Dallas has got no Micah Parsons, so that's meaningful there.
He's been out a lot this year, though, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. That whole team is decimated by injury.
Oklahoma get a lot of Cowboys games over there?
All I get is Cowboys and Chiefs games.
So I figured, a lot of Cowboys fans there.
Oh yeah, it's all Cowboys, all Chiefs. It's only stuff the stores sell. It's the only games we get on TV. It's Cowboys and Chiefs.
Yep,
down your throat every week.
There you go. Getting into Patriots Titans this morning, there will be no KJ Osborne for New England. That's a name that's been popping up in trade talks as well. I'm hearing that he could be a target for various teams here as the deadline approaches.
Who'd you say?
KJ Osborne from New England.
Oh, okay.
They used to be a Vikings.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's he play for now?
New England.
Yeah. Oh, he's with New England. I didn't even know that.
Drake May playing today. No,
yeah,
right?
he's back.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's current. Yeah, he's active in this game.
Mhm.
And Tennessee is absolutely decimated by injury. No L'Jarius Sneed in this game. No Will Levis. No Ty
No.
J. Spears.
Hmm.
So Tennessee is in rough territory. And Tony Pollard, I believe, is a game time decision in this game. So they are going to be really banged up at running back. And then the other inactives we have, there's not a whole lot out for the morning games. Obviously, we mentioned Brian Robinson inactive for the Commanders. So that's a big one there. If you have Giants kicker Greg Joseph, he's inactive for this game. So change your kicker. No Jamal Williams for New Orleans today as the backup, but nobody was probably starting him anyway. And most importantly, no Marshawn Lattimore and no Kool-Aid McKinstry for the Saints. So
New Orleans has both backups out too, Jamal Williams and Kendre Miller.
yes, that is correct. And Bub Means, another fantasy name that people picked up on a whim, he is inactive for this game as well. Going into what else is out. I'm sure more names will pop up as we continue to go through the show. Looking. Nobody of note. Christian Kirk, of course, on the IR for Jacksonville. I don't know if you guys heard, but apparently he was about really close to being traded before he broke his wrist or whatever he did.
Yeah, I heard that.
So no trade for Christian Kirk. No Dallas Goedert today for Philadelphia. If you're looking for a tight end, he's not the one for today. And Bears fans already know there's no Jaquan Brisker today for the Bears. Anyone else of note going in? No DK Metcalf, of course, this afternoon for the Seahawks. No Noah Fant, the tight end, if you were trying to take a flyer there. And then no Juju Smith-Schuster for Kansas City tomorrow night. That's what we got so far for inactives, folks. But, of course, Amari Cooper and Brian Robinson, the big surprises today. Going to make things interesting in Buffalo to see what happens. A question here from the Zinmeister. Adam McConkey or Darnell Mooney?
Darnell Mooney.
It's tough. Man, I don't think you can go wrong with either one, to be honest.
Darnell Mooney, they're going to throw the ball a lot today. I don't know with the Chargers. I can never know what they're going to do. If they're going to, they're a run-heavy team. They are banged up on the running side of the ball, so I don't know. But I definitely think Mooney is in line for a lion's share of targets today.
He's the 14th overall receiver on wide receiver 24 usage.
That's what I was about to say. Is he's a top 15 guy on the season?
Yeah, McConkey. Mooney's great too. I mean, look, the highest total on the board is Cowboys Falcons. So I love the way Mooney's playing right now. So I lean Mooney, but you could throw on the Browns. Ain't no secrets.
That's right. And as we're doing the show, Adam Schaum gets a trade made.
Oh, wow.
In the barroom league.
Yeah, that was from like 2 days ago. I forgot about it.
Wow.
I actually meant to pull that this morning.
Love James Cook today, but Kyron Williams, man, that dude's a beast.
So you getting Williams?
Thank you, Ross Reed. Yeah, I got Kyron.
He must be short. Was he short on running backs, Ross?
Yeah, he only had like 3 running backs, so I offered him the 2 for the 1.
Nice.
Well, there you go. Plug him in, Adam. I just put it through for you.
Wow, thanks. Dang, I totally didn't expect that today.
I start Mooney then if you have Cousins.
So I have Cooper out in the barroom league. We're a 12-man league. I got to ask you guys this. Am I playing either of you? I think I'm playing. No, I'm playing Vinny.
Okay. I played you last week.
Yeah, you beat me because I made some stupid decisions.
A point or two, I think.
My defense got me -4 last week, and I lost by 1 point to you. So I lost Amari Cooper today, and I have a flex that I need to fill in. Or I'm sorry, yeah, it's a flex. So Wan'Dale Robinson. You got Wan'Dale Robinson, McMillan, who is a questionable for Tampa Bay. Deontay Johnson with his first game against Patrick Surtain, which I'm not entertaining.
Nope.
Or Zach Ertz. Against the Giants, who don't give up touchdowns to the tight end.
Yeah, they're tough at the time. I go with Wandale Robinson.
That's what I have right now, and they got a good matchup against Washington,
Yep.
so I'll take it. But it's rough.
I'm all over Stafford. The Stafford blows up today.
I picked up Stafford in so many leagues today.
Yep, so did I.
Yeah, I like Mahomes today too. I got Mahomes as one of my starts. I like Mahomes and Stafford.
Yeah, Mahomes is good too. Monday night, if you like having a player on Monday night, you think you might be playing from behind. It's worth a shot.
They're playing Tampa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, look what Kirk Cousins has done to Tampa 2 times. He's got like 900 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Yep. Yeah.
I think that's finally a game Mahomes will have a good one.
I just, I agree with you, Adam. I love Stafford now with Nakua and Cup back.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
And Nakua apparently dodged major injury this week in practice as well. So that's
it sounds like he's playing today, right?
That's what I'm hearing.
I hope so.
You know, I had Amari Cooper as a start before he got hurt, or before he got ruled out, let me say. And my buddies are
Tua or Goff.
I'll take Goff today.
I have no idea, man. That's a good question.
Tua's
I'm going to go Goff just because I want to play.
consistency.
Tua could leave the game with a concussion at any point. You know?
Tua let me down last week. Ended my season. Yeah.
I'd play Tua. I mean, if that's for Zim, on Zim's team, if he's got Hill, you got to play Tua and Hill together the rest of the way.
Oh, the new office. Yeah, let's take a look at that thing. Yeah,
I'm It's a work in progress. It's I'm gonna get a curtain for the window so you don't see the window.
Yeah, it looks nice though. Yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, I'm in the basement now.
That is nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Zim. Thank you for noticing, bud. Anywho,
I'm at Circus Sports.
yeah. Kyle, PPR Love or Cousins, Dobbs or McMillan, Bengals or Chargers. Worried about the rain in Green Bay? Yeah, I think people should be. As a Josh Jacobs owner in Guillotine, I'm very pleased to hear about the rain. But I'm going Cousins. I don't know about you guys, quarterback. I think that's going to be a shootout.
Yep, Cousins definitely. Look, the Cowboys' defense is ass.
Yeah, they are.
Just terrible.
Yeah, I really think the Cowboys-Falcons could be like one of those, the highest scoring game of the day, maybe, Yep. It seems like it should be a shootout.
Heck, it might be the highest scoring game of the season.
31-28, 35-34, something like that.
I'm firing up whatever Cowboys and
if they don't get
Falcons
to 50 points, today. Something's wrong, Neither team can cover.
Have you guys heard the rumors about Nick Chubb being a trade target for the Cowboys?
I've still just heard that from you, but that makes total sense. I don't know why they wouldn't try to do that other than they're cheap as hell.
Chubb's in the last year of his deal. It makes sense.
Yeah. I would think he would love to take that job down there.
That's why I gave up Dell for him in the Goon League. It's a worthy risk. I'll take the risk. I needed a running back bad.
The Cowboys are 3-4. I mean, they're in third place in that division. I don't know if they need to trade.
Did you see their schedule though? They should be able to make the playoffs.
Yeah, second half schedule is pretty favorable, huh?
Here,
they run the ball for like 74 yards a game, like the worst in the NFL, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I also heard they were looking at Khalil Herbert though too.
Yeah, I know. I heard that too. He's going to be cheaper as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's more Jerry Jones' price range, and Khalil Herbert's a good player. He could go down there and take that job, I think.
All right, so here's the Cowboys. Here's the Cowboys schedule. So you get the Falcons today, Eagles, Texans. All right, Texans is maybe
Eagles are tough too.
Not defensively though.
They've gotten pretty good lately. They've been
that's true.
They're playing pretty good.
I love the Eagles today versus the Jaguars, man. I'm all over that.
Yeah. Then they got Commanders, Giants, Bengals, Panthers, Bucks, Eagles again, Commanders. It's favorable in terms of chance to win offensively. Now the defense certainly needs to pick things up, but just saying. Oh wait, we didn't finish this question. Sorry.
Any chance the Jaguars beat the Eagles today? I say no.
I would say no, but then every time I do that, it happens. So I think anything's possible in football.
Fucking
but
Jaguars.
but I don't believe so. No.
Yeah. Yep.
Dobbs or McMillan? Listen, that's tough. McMillan is questionable on Monday night. I don't think you can take that risk.
I played Dobbs on that. I'd go Cousins, Dobbs, and I don't know about the defense. I don't know who those guys are.
Bengals get the Raiders, so I'm going to take the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Probably that for sure.
That's the worst offense in the NFL. Yes, I think so.
Minshew? Yeah.
Either way, they're the worst offense in football. So
yeah, no doubt.
I had to decide between Dobbs and Tillman and Guillotine, and I went Tillman for now just because I think he's going to get targeted a lot, but I don't know.
Tillman's the right play over Dobbs, I think. I never feel great about the Green Bay receivers because there's so many of them, and it's just
rolling the dice.
Yeah, you're just drawing a name out of a hat, man. Like, you hope it's your guy this week.
Brandon is completely right, but we're going to try to forget all about that.
That's probably true, though.
Yeah.
He literally ran over there and popped it.
Yeah, he ran over there and popped it right to the guy he was supposed to be covering.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. And then he mentioned Dell starting to perform, and Dell is starting to perform. Even with CJ Stroud being awful, I just had to. I'm loaded at wide receiver. I had to make it a running back acquisition, and Chubb just seemed like one with a high ceiling coming off the injury, and it could burn me. I'm willing to take the risk.
Yeah, I still don't trust Dell that much. Right?
Me either. It's why he's on my bench.
It's coming out of necessity right now for the Houston, and Nico's probably back in a week, I think. And
yeah,
they still need him. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's gonna have 120. I mean, the other night he had that great game, but they were like 25 yards a catch. He was getting huge chunks at a time, and I don't know. CJ Stroud has not impressed me the whole season. Like, it's not just
he's a sophomore slump right now for sure.
Yeah.
What's the who wants to go? Oh, wait, we got a question here. What do we got? Oh, yeah, this is funny. With Brandon, I know I've said by week 9 the Texans O-line is worse than the Bears O-line. I don't think I would have, but I think they're pretty close.
Yeah.
Question for you guys. This is my first show in the new office. Are you guys getting echo off of me or no? It sound okay?
Sound all right to me.
All right, cool. I just realized I'm getting used to a new area, so it sounds different. Kyle's going back to his question. We'll go back, Kyle. I'm sorry, buddy. We went Cousins, Dobbs, and Bengals. McMillan's too risky because he's questionable on Monday night. If he doesn't play, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
With that said, I'm sure if McMillan plays, he'll probably have a good game, but I can't risk it.
Yeah, Cousins, Dobbs. Bengals defense sucks. But I guess Chargers. I have no idea. I think Jameis could put some points up, though. Isn't there anybody else on the waiver wire?
There's got to be
defense.
And by the way, this is the first time we got such a nice.
What about
compliment.
the Commanders defense?
That's what I was going to say. I like the Commanders streaming today.
Yeah.
Over the Bengals?
Or the Chargers.
I also think the Titans-Patriots, you could go either side of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Stroud has been bad.
Or the Texans are on a bye, aren't they?
They played Thursday night.
They played already.
That's right. They just played, yeah. They're on a bye today, essentially. They're off today. Man,
I hope so.
I try and pick up the Commanders, I think that game's an under,
Yeah.
Ask him, what's a Kyle? Kyle, are the Commanders available on defense?
Yeah, let us know, Kyle.
Streaming defense.
In the interim, we're going to dive into our quarterback starts of the week.
Yeah.
Adam, take it away, my friend.
I like Patrick Mahomes today. I mentioned him versus Tampa Bay coming up. Tampa Bay's passing defense just totally sucks. They're a little tougher to run against. They got Vita Vea up there in the middle, so they make it a little tougher to run, so you got to throw. We've seen Kirk Cousins, like I said, go for like almost 900 yards and 8 touchdowns, I think, over the last 2 games versus them this season. Literally the only team he's really done great against. So you'd think Patrick Mahomes can do the same. Maybe not quite to that extent, but you know what I mean. I think we might get the Patrick Mahomes 250, 300, and 3 touchdown game maybe.
D. Hopkins coming out party?
Yeah, possibly. At least get a touchdown from Hopkins and Kelsey in the end zone maybe, and then probably Kareem Hunt's going to get his goal line touchdown. And, they're going to score some points, I think, in that game. And that's on Monday night, though. So make sure you got a backup plan in case something were to happen in the next 24 hours here.
For sure.
But Jalen Hurts, the Eagles have been just rolling the last few weeks. Jacksonville is a bottom defense against pretty much every position in the league, especially the quarterback. They give up tons of points to the quarterback. So I love Hurts and the receivers today versus Jacksonville. And then I'll take Kirk Cousins again. As I just talked about him beating up Tampa Bay, I think he's going to do the same to Dallas today with their defense completely banged up. Parsons is still out. I think I just saw Diggs is going to play. It sounded like he was out, but I think he's going to play, but that's still pretty questionable. And their other corner, Deron Bland, I think is out as well. So Kirk Cousins should be able to throw it all over the place in that game.
Love that. Good stuff, Adam. Tooch, let's get into your quarterback starts.
All right. Well, Dak is going to throw. It's the highest total on the board. Him and CeeDee Lamb seem to be on a little bit of a mission here to try and get the team back into, right the ship back to 500. And Flacco versus the Vikings. The Vikings are a pass funnel. Their run defense is very good, so teams have to throw. Flacco has been pretty accurate. I love Josh Downs' prop this week too. I like Josh Downs as a receiver this week as a start. And then Stafford.
Did you see Downs' comments on Flacco?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm like, what the? How do you say that about your starting quarterback? How he's not going to be in the league much longer and he's old. I'm like, what?
Especially when he's going to do a lot more for you than the other guy.
I think the question was kind of taken out of context because Anthony Richardson is going to be in the league a lot longer than Flacco if you're going from now to the future. So, I mean, NFL players aren't the smartest guys in the world, But I mean, I don't think he meant that, because the question was, are you ever going to catch a ball from Anthony Richardson again or something stupid like that? He's like, well, yeah, of course, because Joe Flacco isn't, he's 40. The future is Anthony Richardson. So for now, until Anthony Richardson flames out. But I mean, Flacco's on a 1-year contract, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so, I think that's what he was just. It was a bad question and a bad answer, but I don't think he meant to slam Flacco, and Flacco's going to need him in this game.
Yes, he is.
That's Stafford versus the Seahawks with Kupp and Nakua,
Yeah.
I love it. I think that'll be a high-scoring game. I think the Seahawks can put some points up, man. That division, man, every team's 4-4, and the Rams are 3-4. I mean, that division is completely wide open. In fact, I like the Rams' chances, too, to pull out some wins and get into position to make the playoffs.
For sure. I mean, that team, I'm happy as a Cooper Kupp owner. Let me say that. So we'll see what happens. Along those lines, I have a couple of the same guys as you. I love Joe Flacco today against Minnesota. Minnesota looked bad on defense last week. They did not look at all. I mean, I think they got me negative points in one league or close to it. I forget. Either way, Joe Flacco's got energy injected into this Colts team. And for whatever reason, even though I'm in the Midwest, I'm nowhere near Indianapolis. I still get advertisements in the McDonald's app. If the Colts have a sack any week, you get a free 10-piece McNugget with any McDonald's order.
Yeah.
Which is insane. I'm not sure why I even get that promo in my area, but there you go. Go Colts on defense anyway.
Lions stuff where you're at?
I'm in Lions-Bears territory. I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever, go Colts. For the free McNuggets, sure, why not?
Just taking those free nuggets, though.
I mean, my kid loves McNuggets. I mean, who doesn't?
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't love chicken McNuggets from McDonald's?
Yep.
I mean, literally all you have to do is spend $1, so you can buy a drink and get a free nugget.
Yep.
Anyway, thanks, Colts. I'm sure you paid a lot for that, and you probably have a giant radius to cover. Anyway, I have to get back to my picks. And I know Adam's got to go, so we'll rifle through this. Kirk Cousins is going to chuck the ball a lot today against Dallas. I called him a league winner in the preview show, and he hasn't quite performed to that level yet. He had a couple big games, but that second half schedule, Kirk Cousins is going to be elevated into a league winner now. I'm telling you right now, they have a lot of really bad secondaries the whole second half of the season. This Falcons team is a playoff team. I believe it. And I'm starting Kirk Cousins wherever I can today. And I'm going to take Sam Darnold, the other half of the Colts game. He's going to chuck it. The Colts defense stinks.
He's got good receivers.
Yeah, he's got good receivers. Their secondary stinks. So sign me up for shares of Sam Darnold. I think he bounces back after that weird safety game last week, which wasn't even his fault. But I know one of the person in the chat, Zim, hates Sam Darnold with every ounce of his being.
So do I. That's what I was about to make comment. I was about to say,
I think I'm starting him somewhere in some league. I'm starting him somewhere.
He still sucks. He's still Sam Darnold.
No, there it is. Tooch, why don't you take us through our running backs?
This guy's getting like a lot of work. Tyrone Tracy versus the Commanders. If you haven't watched this kid, man, this guy second half, he's really good. He's
electric. Man. Yeah,
really good player. A 5th round draft pick. How other teams are kicking themselves for not taking a chance on this kid. Chase Brown versus the Raiders. Love the explosive plays.
Ooh, yeah.
Chase Brown. The Raiders defense sucks.
Those are like the most similar scenarios right there too. Chase Brown and Tyrone Tracy. That's
why it's in the logo.
They're both so much clearly better than those other guys than Singletary or Moss.
Yeah, I think Chase Brown gets you some explosive plays, saves versus that Raiders defense. DeAndre Swift, if the Bears are going to keep up with the Cardinals, and talk about getting a lot of usage. I mean, this guy, rushing and receiving. I mean, he touches the ball a lot. I mean,
Ever since the day I said he was horrible, he's been fucking amazing.
Oh, I was right with you, man. He's been
amazing ever since.
Since that day, he has come alive. He's a must start. He's like the number 10 running back overall, I think, already this season. So for PPR, and if the Bears are going to win, he has to do something today.
Certainly beats his ADP, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it, Tooch. Adam, why don't we go through yours?
I got Swift as well. I like him versus Arizona. I think they're going to have to keep relying on that. They've found something that works there for the Bears, and they need to stick with it. So Arizona's got a bad defense as well against the run. So Swift breaks those long ones lately. So I think he's got a good chance of that versus Arizona.
Yeah, A-Chain was on mine too. Adam.
Yeah, I love A-Chain today at Buffalo. I like that whole game a lot. I think that's going to be a fun game. I hate that Amari Cooper's out now, but A-Chan just so much better last week as soon as Tua was behind center. Just having the threat of the pass with Tyreek out there and everything just makes A-Chan get so much more space, especially in the passing game. So, and Mostert's not always going to get 2 goal line touchdowns. A-Chan is going to break those from the 10-yard line a lot. So I love that matchup against Buffalo today. And then he was a little bit questionable since I picked him, but I love Tony Pollard in the matchup versus New England today. The quarterback play sucks in Tennessee. They need to run the ball. Pollard's been very effective, and New England's run defense sucks. They're much better versus the pass. So I think Pollard's the key to the Titans staying in that game and winning it, and that's definitely one of those 13-10, 17-13 games right there that the Patriots play every week, it seems like.
Love it, baby. Absolutely love it. I also have Chase Brown like you guys. I'm in love with him today. It's why I put him in the logo, the graphic for today. I originally had Brian Robinson against the Giants, but he's out. Eckler's, for me, is an RB2, but I like his ceiling today. The Giants, he's going to be using the pass game. Without Robinson, he's certainly a lot more of attractive an option. So I'll play Austin Eckler today. I like him as an RB2. And some people call this a sleeper. I don't. Rico Dowdle against Atlanta. Zeke is out for this game. He's suspended for something internal team matter. I don't know exactly what it is, what he did, but he's some sort of team discipline. He's not playing today. So Rico Dowdle's going to see the lion's share. That's Adam's guy. Loves Dowdle usually. I don't know if he loves him this week, but I do.
Well, I finally just traded him this morning and borrowed him. He went in that trade, so.
Well, hopefully
I
Ross
do
Reed
still
starts
love him,
him
though.
today.
I still think he's going to have a great second half. Like you talked about that schedule, and the Cowboys were – I mentioned this last week. They were just like this last year. They had 6 weeks of just mediocre play. They had a bye week, and then they came out and got it all together and were just fired the rest of the way. Kind of a little rusty last week. Didn't get off to the start, I hope. But the second half of that game, they started putting it together. So I think Rico Dowdle, I mean, he's competing with two old guys. One of them, they say, is punishment today. But what's that? You know, he just sucks.
I'm not concerned at all about Dalvin Cook. He looks washed if you watch any of his snaps. This is why they're favorites to land Nick Chubb in the trade deadline, whether or not that happens or not. But Dalvin Cook, I'm not worried about it, Laurel.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we went through running backs. Let's go here into tight ends. Adam, take us away, my friend.
Cade Otton, man, he blew up. We saw the huge game last week, and that should just continue with those receivers out. He's pretty much going to be Baker's go-to guy right now.
Worst team against the tight end is the Chiefs.
Exactly. You're not going to be able to run on them. They have good secondary as well over the middle and behind the linebackers is where you're going to beat them if you can. So Cade Otton he's getting big targets too, like down the field. I mean, he's doing everything right now. So, like, he's just a great play and probably a must-start the rest of the season. And then I'll take Hawkinson coming back versus Indianapolis. They're very bad against the tight end as well. You know, like Joe mentioned, Sam Darnold, you know, like I don't think Sam Darnold's not going to be okay for fantasy. I just think he's a bad quarterback in real life. You know, like he can put up numbers with Hawkinson and Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones and these guys, but he's going to make that bad play every time when you don't need it. That's all I think about Sam Darnold is he's still going to, you know, be Sam Darnold probably when you want him to win the game for you as far as the Vikings go. But for fantasy, he gets it done with those weapons. So I think Hawkinson's a key component. We've seen him kind of like throwing in that Johnny Munt guy and stuff, and they're looking they need Hawkinson out there. Yeah. Addison's doing nothing. So Hawkinson should be a key component back today. And then I've been saying Evan Ingram for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and it's just gotten even more so with they just keep losing receivers every week. So he is their number one, kind of like Cade Otton is for the Bucks right now. So I love Evan Ingram. Philadelphia's terrible against tight end as well. So I love those
Great
guys.
choice.
Yeah.
Adam, question for you. In my work league, I have Hawk, who I activated off of IR, and I have Kyle Pitts. Who you going with today, Pitts or Hawk?
I'd probably pay Pitts in that shootout game versus Cowboys.
That's what I have. I wanted to make sure.
Me too.
The Vikings could run away with it with the Colts early or something. You know, that other game should be more competitive and more passing, I think, both ways.
Love it. What a transition, Tooch.
I got Pitts also. Love his chances today.
He's been scoring touchdowns, man.
Yep, Cade Otton too versus the Chiefs and Evan Ingram versus the Eagles. Just the targets alone for Ingram and Otton. And then, you know, Pitts is the unicorn out there. You know, the Cowboys defense is terrible. Look. Terrible.
He's a
Give me Pitts.
He's a big boy. You got more sirens going, Adam?
No, I was just
That's
wondering
my
what that
house.
was myself. It's not here.
That's mine. It's my mom's lift chair.
Oh no,
She's not getting up and trying to walk.
It's all good. I thought it was a tornado siren. I'm like, if one of you guys got to go in the basement, go ahead.
If it was, I don't notice it anymore.
Grandma's lift chair.
Adam's immune to the.
I gotta take her to get her hair cut later, so she might be going to get ready.
There you go, man. Awesome. Well, I love all those picks. Listen, I like Kyle Pitts as well. We talked about Pitts and Hawkinson, both great options today. Also love Jake Ferguson. Continues to be targeted heavily. I mean, he's basically wide receiver 2 in Dallas, and Atlanta not good against the tight end. So sign me up, Jake
We're
Ferguson.
waiting for that breakout game from Ferguson too.
Yeah, I feel like this could be it. I think this might be it today. We'll see. Lots of points to be had in this game.
Yep.
We got some questions that came in. Rob wants to know Cousins, Nix, or Williams today. I don't think it's particularly close. I like Knicks, but I'm going to take Cousins in this one. Gents?
Cousins.
I
like
Cousins in a
Knicks
shootout.
too, but
we'll stick with Cousins on that.
you got to go Cousins with his weapons and the matchup today, the highest total on the board.
Agreed. Need a starting QB, Mayfield, Cousins, or pick up Goff.
Cousins.
I'm taking Cousins, but I would also pick up Goff.
Yeah, exactly. Those Mayfield he just lost so many weapons. It's just hard to trust he's going to get 3 touchdowns every game anymore. So I'd stick with Cousins, and yeah, I agree. I'd pick up Goff depending on what else you got on your roster.
Second half, I mean, Goff is going to continue to be dominant. So sign me up for that. All right, we got through tight ends. Let's get into wide receivers. Adam, get us started, man.
We mentioned Josh Downs earlier, man, with Flacco. I think Downs is going to be a very good player the rest of the season as long as Flacco is playing there. He's really good. He even was having a couple of good games, even with Anthony Richardson. He's mostly relied on big plays there, but with Flacco, he's going to get way more targets, and he gets open, man. He's just a good player. He's fast. Tooch talked about Minnesota's secondary. They suck, and you got to throw the ball on them to beat them. So I think Downs has a big game, and I think he's good the rest of the season. Actually, probably a very good wide receiver 2 or flex. And then Olave is returning today versus a horrible Carolina defense. Derek Carr's back under center. We talked about they've got their backup running backs are out. Kamara's been banged up, but still carrying his load. So I think they're going to throw to Olave quite a bit today, get back on track of, the way they were at the start of the season.
No Rashid Shaheed.
Right. Shaheed's out now. When Olave was healthy, Shaheed was out there. So now Olave should pick up even more of the targets there. And then I'll take my chances again with Calvin Ridley after his big game last week, the first time without Hopkins there. Mason Rudolph, I like Mason Rudolph under center better than Levis. So I think he's going to get the deep targets again, 20 yards down the field. That's where Ridley makes his money, is 20 yards down the field, getting in on the inside, sitting down underneath the safeties. I think they can do that versus New England. He's just got to keep him away from is it Christian Gonzalez? Is that his name? The New England corner that's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as they can separate him from him throughout the day, then I think he should have a good day. Mason Rudolph's not afraid to throw it.
No, he's not. And a little fact I heard today, if for some reason the Saints lose this game, Derek Carr will be the first player to ever lose against 31 teams in the NFL.
Really?
And I forget the other team, but the other team he plays in a couple weeks as well, and he could be the only player to lose against every team in the NFL. So just a little nugget there.
What a stat.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I'll go with my wide receiver
think it's
starts.
like the Raiders that he hasn't lost to or something?
That's probably exactly what it is. I think they play the Raiders in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins today against Tampa Bay. I think he has his breakout game with Kansas City. Everyone's projecting him really low. All his props are low. I don't see it. I feel like this is a game that DeAndre Hopkins gets unleashed because Tampa's secondary is so bad. I'm signing up for DeAndre Hopkins. I'm starting him pretty much wherever I can. I was going to have him benched in one league, but then Amari Cooper's out, so now he gets plugged right in. So love Hopkins today and love Darnell Mooney. We talked about him earlier in the show. Dallas is not good on defense. That's putting it lightly. And Darnell Mooney has been just a deep target machine, and Kirk Cousins loves him. So look where all the points are in Vegas. It's in that game. So there's going to be a lot of points scored.
Yeah.
And I'm taking a shot on Darius Slayton today. He looked really good. He led the Giants last week in receiving. The savvy veteran. Washington secondary is ass. And Darius Slayton is also kind of becoming one of those names that's kind of starting to show up on trade targets as well. So if he has another big game this week, you could perhaps see Darius Slayton get traded to a contender. This is a guy that is really polished. He's been on waiver wires I feel like we talk about Darius Slayton every year for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, he always makes good plays every year. They're just few and far between because their quarterback play sucks.
Yeah, on another team, he'd probably be awesome.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Yeah, so I like him today against the terrible Washington secondary.
Now imagine him on the Lions.
Yeah.
And, man, I just love – like, Darnell Mooney with good quarterback play looks like Devontae Smith to me. Like, I mean, he's basically just as good as Devontae Smith this year with solid quarterback to throw him the ball. Like, Mooney, I love how good Mooney's been this year.
So good. Let's see who's next. We got Tooch here. What do you got, buddy?
Well, I also got Olave. I mean, no Rashid Shaheed should have a decent game today, man. Love it. Jacoby Myers, man, look, he is getting a lot of targets, 32.5% first read looks. So the Bengals, man, their defense is terrible, so bad. There's no one else, no Devontae Adams. I picked him up for free somewhere. I'm starting him. And then Josh Downs, man, love it. Love the targets he's been getting. He's had like 12 targets, 9 targets, 12 targets, 9 targets the past 4 weeks. And look at his numbers with Flacco versus Richardson. There's just no comparison. And that's it.
Love it. Getting in the defensive side of things, Adam, I know we talked about Washington earlier, but there they are.
Yeah, Commanders, man, they're on most waiver wires. You can pick them up, play them versus the Giants. The Giants, what are you worried about there? Daniel Jones always going to make a stupid play and turn it over. The Washington defensive front, man, they get a lot of pressure. They've been playing really well the last few weeks. You can easily see them getting to Daniel Jones and him making one of those boneheaded plays, getting you an easy 6 points on a touchdown or something like that.
Giants 7-1 to the under their last 8.
Right. And then I like the Ravens versus Broncos versus the rookie Bo Nix. I know Bo Nix has played really well, but the Ravens are going to force you to try to throw the ball. Bo Nix has been better at kind of managing the game, running the ball himself, them using the running game. I haven't seen a whole lot of like 300-yard passing games or anything like that from Bo Nix yet. So I like the challenge there. I think the Ravens will take advantage and kind of give the rookie a awakening there. And then the Eagles, we mentioned them. They've been playing pretty well. The Jags have just been awful. They've lost all these receivers. It's basically Evan Ingram and then 2 banged-up running backs. So both running backs are playing, but nobody really knows how healthy either one of them are. So I don't really care for either one of those guys today, and I'll take the Eagles' defense versus that situation.
Love it, man. And we got a question on Twitter that we're going to take real quick from user Kalu at CA_2_GA. Half point PPR. Choose one. Keon Coleman, Alec Pierce, or Christian Watson.
I'll take Keon Coleman out of that group.
Yeah. Tooch, you're on mute for some reason, or we lost your audio.
I was trying to find a question on Twitter. I don't see it, but
he replied directly to me when I shared the show for some reason.
Okay.
Although you guys are mentioned, so you should be on it.
Okay, I see it. Yep. Keon Coleman, Alec Pierce, Christian Watson. Man, I don't know. I'll take with Amari Cooper out. I'll take Coleman.
Yeah, I just responded that, and I said that as well.
Yep.
Appreciate the question.
Who did Adam take?
I'll take Coleman. Christian Watson's one of my Adams guys I'm never going to say yes to.
I'm kind of the same way, Adam, with Christian Watson.
Yeah.
I want to take him and those explosions of 30-point games that, happen once or twice a year, but just haven't
when he's on your bench.
Yeah, he's on your bench. And then Alec Pierce, I could see it. Alec Pierce today having a decent game. For me, it's either Coleman or Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coleman's going to get opportunity. So maybe he flourishes it, maybe he dwindles, but you got to take the shot.
Yeah.
Tooch likes the Commanders' defense too.
Yep. Titans versus Patriots, and then Bears versus Cardinals. Like I said, Bears haven't allowed a team over 21 points, 13 straight games. Commanders, Giants, I like the under in that game. I don't think there'll be a ton of points scored. I could be wrong, but these two teams play each other really tough. And then, the Titans, you're playing, a rookie. So with that run defense, I don't know. The Titans are banged up though too, but their defense is pretty good.
If the Bears could just stop the run at the start of the game rather than waiting till halftime,
yeah,
they'd be like unbeatable.
Yeah, I mean we're the 31st team in the NFL in the first quarter. We've been outscored 29-10 in the first quarter this season.
Yeah, they just get
It's just-
gashed by the running backs every game to start out. Then the first quarter, it's just like running freely.
And James Conner that's a tough matchup today too with Conner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him in some leagues. I got no choice but to start him.
I would start him. I bet you gets you a touchdown today.
He should.
Yeah.
And I have
Hey,
his bride.
how about the other night? This is totally off subject, but I just saw his name here. What about that Garrett Wilson catch the other night on Thursday
Oh,
night?
baby. That's
That
a
was
top
one of
5
the
catch
best-
all time.
That was one of the best ones in years.
Yep. Been waiting for him to explode too, man.
Yeah.
I think Joe had him against me in one league, and I had him against somebody else in another. So
I had him in a bunch of leagues, and I had him in
Yeah.
guillotine most importantly, so that helped me a lot.
That second one, man, was unbelievable.
One of
Yep,
the best
hell of a
catches
player.
ever, man.
Yep.
I said it when the trade happened. I said the Devontae Adams trade helps Garrett Wilson substantially.
Yep.
And they both ate.
No,
Well,
he's,
He was, I mean, it has helped him for sure. I agree with that. But man, I mean, he was even the last couple of games before Adams,
Yeah.
he was really ticking up there. I mean, they were really trying to force it to him then. So like he's
Yeah.
on a roll. But now he just gets better coverage, less coverage because of Adams.
Yeah.
he just gets so much separation, man. I love it.
For sure. I love the Saints today against the Panthers. Bryce Young getting the start again. He's terrible. Adam Thielen popping up in trade conversations now, too. That could be another guy that makes a move if you want to acquire him and stash him. Strikes me like a guy that could end up on the Chiefs or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Bengals against the Raiders, worst offense in the NFL. And we already talked about the Eagles. The Jaguars are a mess. So sign me up for the Eagles today. Let's get into our sleeper starts. Adam.
I like Flacco. We talked about earlier. Tooch, I think, mentioned him. I like Flacco versus Minnesota. He's still on waiver wires on a lot of leagues, so he's a guy you can pick up and play immediately. They're going to throw it a ton against that defense. And then a big-time sleeper in a deeper league, Elijah Moore. He's starting to see a lot of targets now with Jameis back there. They're going to need to throw the ball again as well. So I like Elijah Moore if you're really desperate for wide receiver off the waiver wire.
Mm-hmm. I like
And
it.
then Mike Gesicki today with T. Higgins out. Gesicki's been really good in the games without T. Higgins playing. They kind of use him as that wide receiver. So I think he's another guy. All these guys are on waiver wires. I tried to pick for sleepers that you can pick up and have good matchups. So I think Gesicki's a good option.
All right.
I actually was considering doing that myself, and I've decided to go with Taysom
I love
Hill.
Jameis Winston on his 30 interception season. He was like, I couldn't see back then.
I got LASIK.
I got LASIK since then.
Yeah. He said that. I mean, he claimed that back then, and everybody just thought he was joking because how he is, and it's like, yeah, he's doubling down. He's like, no, seriously, I couldn't see.
He said, he goes, I thought Bruce Arians was black. He said,
Yeah. He's one of the funniest dudes there is, man.
Yeah, I love him.
He's so
some funny stuff,
Yep.
man. Love it. Awesome. Good choices there, Tooch. How about your sleepers?
Well, I like Bo Nix versus the Ravens today with the running, and you could get to that Ravens secondary with some deep hits, man. They're giving up explosive plays to the wide receiver. I also like Courtland Sutton today, but we'll see. I mean, look, that Broncos defense is going to keep them in the game. I know they're a 10-point dog. I love the Broncos plus 10 today. I mean, Ravens don't blow people out. They haven't blown people out a lot this season in one game, but they blew out the Cowboys. But that's the Cowboys.
Sure.
Here's another guy with Deontay Johnson gone. Jalen Coker versus the Saints. He's a local Chicago area kid. I think Bears had him in for tryouts before the season. Went to Holy Cross, which was a FBS school, not FCS school, not an FBS school. He had a pretty decent game last week. Got a lot of targets. He's a bigger receiver, like 6'1", 6'2". And his workout at the combine was great. So, Noah Fant is out?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. I liked Fant today versus the Rams, but if I had
Yes, he is inactive, yes.
Okay. I didn't know he was injured. Do I have another sleeper? Let me see.
You said Sutton, right? You like Sutton?
Yeah, I'll go with Sutton. Cortland Sutton.
I have two other ones that you guys had. I got Gesicki, I love today against Vegas.
Yep.
And Bo Nix to chuck it
You
against
got also
Baltimore.
Bo Nix. All right, good.
Yeah, and Justice Hill I really like today as a sleeper, as a flex play. He's just the kind. If they want to beat Denver today, they're going to have to do dinks and dunks in the backfield, and that's not Henry's game. He's going to run. He's going to get his carries, Derrick Henry. But Justice Hill, they love to use him in those little screens and little bubble plays, and they like to use him as a receiver. This just screams to me like a day of Justice Hill getting heavily involved in the offense. So I'll take a flyer on Justice Hill as a flex play today.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Love it. What about your sits, Adam?
I'm sitting Zay Flowers versus Denver. Talk about their secondary is good in that game. I think the Ravens are going to have to try to run the ball against Denver. Surtain going to shut Zay Flowers down if he's out there. And then who was it they picked up? Didn't they get a receiver? Deontay. Yeah, they got Deontay Johnson this week as well. I don't think he's going to have a big role today, but I think overall, like, I'm kind of out on Ravens wide receivers in general. You know, like, there's just the passing game is not real plentiful there usually, and there's a lot to go around. So Derrick Henry's the key to that, him and Lamar running. And then Javonte Williams in that same game versus Baltimore. Javonte had a bad game last week, and I think he's going to have a tough run at it again this week. And then Baker Mayfield at Kansas City lost all his weapons. Kansas City's a very good defense. I think he's still going to have a decent game, but he's not going to be the top 3 quarterback he's been for the majority of this season.
Love it.
On that note, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'm going to let you guys finish up. You guys
Sounds
have a
good,
great
buddy.
afternoon. I'll check back in with you after a while.
Sounds like a plan, brother. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy the games when you can watch later, and we'll do it all again next week.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
All right,
Adam.
brother.
See you later, buddy.
Later, Papa Bear.
All right, the Tooch.
Let's roll.
How about Tooch's sits?
Well, Javonte Williams, the Ravens are tough on defense, man. I think they're going to have to throw. The run defense is tough. You know, and he's not really that involved in the passing game, Williams. So, like that. And Zay Flowers is going to get a healthy dose of Patrick Surtain II today. And then TJ Hawkinson. You guys both have him as a start. I kind of think he's going to take him a game to get back in here. And then the Colts have some decent linebackers that can cover the tight end. I know they're not that terrible, but I like the Colts defense. They're a very underrated unit. I don't know if this game goes over. I think it feels like an under game to me, though. But both these teams are capable of putting up points. Hawkinson, I would like to see him break out, though, as being a former Iowa quarterback or tight end.
Nice. Sorry, I'm trying to text Vinny to get him to set his lineup in the barroom league.
Was he missing some players?
Yeah, he's playing me, and I don't want it to be a layup. I'd rather he put somebody in there.
Yep.
And if he doesn't, I'm just plugging in somebody to replace Kittle.
You could set the lineup for him, though, right?
Oh, he doesn't have another tight end, according to his
Oh, for
team.
fuck's sake. Really?
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, I suppose I'll deal with that here in a few minutes. But let's go to my sits. Tyrone Tracy, I just think he's going to have a hard time today. Don't get me wrong; he's a good player.
Oh,
and
he's not playing Pittsburgh, though.
Did I put the wrong team in there? I think I did. Sorry.
He's playing the Commanders.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Let me fix that.
Wow, I just usage alone.
Oh wait, I must not have did my sits. I thought I did my sits. I didn't put them in here. That's why.
All right, I'll put my props up here for you.
Yeah, do your props while I do that. I don't know where my sits went. Yeah,
Flash shows up here. Get your DraftKings open, FanDuel, whatever you got. A.J. Brown over 79.5 receptions. He could get this on one play.
Yeah.
An 80-yard touchdown pass, you know. But, yeah, I love him to go over his prop of 79.5. Come on. A.J. Brown is a beast, man. In man coverage, there's no one better. Look, Cedric Tillman over 3.5 catches. He should get 4 catches from Jameis today. J.K. Dobbins, under 16.5 receiving yards. Look, he's not that involved in the passing game. So, what's his name? Justin Herbert's looking for Ladd McConkey and guys like Will Disley and Josh Palmer. Olave, over 16.5 rushing and receiving yards. They like to use Olave on the sweeps, and Rashid Shaheed is out. So if Olave might get a nice carry for 10 yards, put you close to that. And then Stafford, over 238.5 pass yards.
I love that. I think that's a layup.
Yeah.
I think that's a layup. I
love James Cook today, too. Anything Cook.
Let's cook, baby.
Let's cook it.
Cedric Tillman's probably my favorite play there. I think he easily gets over 3.5.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. My sits, I just didn't plug them in. I had last week's in there still. I'm sitting Tank Bigsby today against Philly. Travis Etienne is back. And let's be honest, if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to throw. I just can't see Tank having a good game. Philly's been much better against the run, so I'm avoiding Tank. I know he's been a hot commodity lately. I just don't see it happening. I'm sitting Justin Herbert today against Cleveland. They're a running team. I know you got Ladd McConkey and you have other weapons. I don't see it. He hasn't had any major monster games this year. And at this point, I would consider Herbert to be a drop. I know that may be a hot take for some people, but I'm not starting him in any capacities. So I would drop Justin Herbert and move on to somebody else. And then we talked about Zay Flowers. They got Deontay Johnson now. This is going to be a game where they're going to – Zay Flowers is probably going to be very, very, very heavily coated in this game. So is Deontay Johnson. Patrick Surtain will be all over the field. I just don't see Zay Flowers being able to do it today. And if you are starting him and you're stuck, I would temper the expectation.
Love it.
We got a couple questions here. Wow, we got a lot of questions actually. Rashad White or Calvin Ridley, full PPR. Interesting. Ridley's got a pretty good matchup. Rashad White, I don't know what to see. He's competing now for touches.
Yeah. The team that's best against, he's competing for touches too. But the team that's best against the running back, the Kansas City Chiefs. Ridley's Mason Rudolph's favorite target right now. You got to go Ridley, full PPR, boom.
Yeah, he had 100 yards in the first half, I think, last week.
Yep.
So you got to take Ridley. Kodo wants to know 2 PPR or start 2 full PPR. Wan'Dale Robinson, DeAndre Hopkins, Dobbs, Otten. I'm going to go D-Hop and Otten today. Tooch?
Yep. 100%.
Wan'Dale's going to have a good game, but I think Hopkins is
Monday
ceiling.
night, right?
Oh, you're right. That is Monday night, isn't it? I think the Chiefs are Monday night. Yes, because that's Monday night. I'm still going D-Hop. Colby wants to know, I need a running back in a flex PPR. Chase Brown, Jacobs, Hubbard, Downs. Ooh, that's tough. Well, it's going to rain in Green Bay today. I like Jacobs in that game to get a lot of carries. Plus, he's been a touchdown machine. So I think Jacobs.
Give me Brown and Downs, but I also like Hubbard to get a touchdown today.
It's PPR, so I'm going to take Jacobs and Chase Brown. It's close. I like Downs too. I like all these guys, but I like Jacobs and Chase Brown here.
All right.
Lots of questions pouring in. Holy smokes. We're getting to them, folks. Here we go. J-Tube, start 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. Marvin Harrison Jr., Reed, McBride. Well, you got 2 on the same team. McBride's a unicorn for tight end, so you got to start McBride. Harrison Jr. has been very inconsistent against the Bears. I can't imagine he's going to get it going. But I don't really like starting Reed over and Marvin Harrison Jr. I think you got to go with both Cardinals players, I think. Depends who else is on your waiver wire, J-Tube.
I got no idea in this one, man. I start one.
I mean, you're starting McBride for sure.
One wide receiver. Fucking, what's that? Jaden Reed on the Packers?
Yeah.
The Packers are fighting. I think you start MHJ and McBride. I hate to say, I mean, that's going to be I think that's a low-scoring game, though.
I do. And then Lauro, to follow that up, Lauro asked Gino or Kyler. Kyler, low-scoring game, you got to go Gino.
Gino all day, man. The number
I don't think
one,
anybody throws more than
nobody
Seahawks.
throws more than Gino and the Seahawks.
James wants to know Carr or Tua, Jacobs or Mostert, Kraft or Hawkinson. I'll take Tua over Carr. Jacobs over Mostert because it's going to be – I like Mostert today too, but I think it's going to be – it's raining in Green Bay. Jacobs is going to get a lot of carries today.
So, God, I have no – I mean, let me see. These are tough ones, man, because – I mean, Hawkinson is coming back. I'm not a super fan of
Kraft has been good. I think you got to go with Kraft.
The Lions are great against the tight end. I go Hawkinson against the Colts. Carr or Tua.
I'm taking Tua. Better weapons.
The worst team against the quarterback is shit. Versus the quarterback, shit. The Panthers are terrible. I go, the Bills are excellent against the quarterback. So for me, it's Carr. Jacobs or Mostert, I go Jacobs. Like Joe said. If it's weather and you're going to be wanting to run, I love Reuven. I love running, whatchamacallit, Jacobs in the bad weather.
Yeah. Notorious is concerned about Ridley, and he's true, but
What was his other one? Yeah.
Rashad White, I'm not taking that chance.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs are number one versus the running back. Only allow 13 points per game versus running backs. And he's sharing with Irving.
Yeah.
Christian Gonzalez was lit up by somebody recently. I can't remember who. But
yeah.
I don't think he's all that.
Shakir McConkey, this is clear Shakir because there's no Amari Cooper in this game. So Shakir will be wide receiver 1 today for the Bills.
I love McConkey, though, today, too.
Yeah.
But I think I lean Shakir. McConkey is so freaking good, though.
He is. All right. Ivan wants to know, start 2, sit 4. Elijah Moore, Flowers, Coker, Leggett, Lockett, Hawkinson.
Lockett if Metcalf is out. Elijah Moore I love today, too. He's going to get a lot of targets. But
Metcalf is out.
Coker is a sleeper, man. Start 2, sit 4.
Leggett's wide receiver 1 in Carolina.
Yeah, he's also banged up, though. Coker might be wide receiver 1, though, too. They're kind of 1A, 1B.
I'm going Lockett and Hawkinson here.
I freaking hate Bryce Young.
That's why I'm going Lockett and Hawk.
Give me Lockett and Hawkinson. Lock and Hawk. Lockett and Lockett.
Lock in Hawk. That's right.
Hockett and Lockett. Hawk 2.
Wow, so many questions. Good. I love it. Full PPR. Start 2. Downs, Myers, Coleman, Chubb, ETN. Leaning Downs and
Downs
Myers.
and Myers for me, too. Downs and Myers. Yep.
Chubb's got a tough matchup today. I'm forced to start him in one league, but I agree. I'll go Downs and Myers here.
Chubb is matchup proof, man. He'll carry defensive linemen down the field on his back.
I had to choose between him and what's his name? Javante. So I went with Chubb.
I wish I had him just if he gets traded, man. He goes on a team that's got a great offensive line.
I hope so. Hey, Vinny made an acquisition at tight end.
Imagine if Chubb was on the Commanders.
Vinny dropped. Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, I hope he gets put to a good team.
The Commanders are what, 6-2?
I think so.
Full control.
Yeah.
Him and them and the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Jacob, full PPR, pick 2.
Fucking
Harrison Flowers, Moore, Hop.
For me, it's DJ, DeAndre, or Pittman Jr.
Yeah, I'm gonna go DJ and Hopkins.
Yeah, I like Pittman Jr. though today. He's a little banged up, but I think he's got a touchdown in him today.
Yeah, he's got Flacco throwing on the ball too.
Yep.
But I'm still gonna go DJ and Hop.
Mm-hmm.
Would you drop Tua for Jaleel McLaughlin? I have Dak starting.
No,
Probably not. Are you desperate for a running back? Because I don't think Jaleel McLaughlin's the guy that's going to bring you to the promised land.
Yeah.
I'll hold on to Tua because he's got a great second half schedule.
Yep.
Josh wants to know, full PPR, pick 2. Harrison Jr., Jacoby Myers, Rashad White, Josh Downs, Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey for
It's
another
the same
league.
question. Myers and Downs, right?
Yep.
For me. Another league, I picked Tracy Jr.
Rashad White Jr., Hill, Sticky, or
it's a terrible matchup for the Buccaneers. They're going to shut down the run and force Mayfield to throw to non-existent wide receivers.
And Ertz gets the Giants, who are the best team against the tight end in the NFL.
Yep,
So
Gesicki for me.
I'm going to go with Gesicki. Is it 1? Pick 1? Yeah.
Well,
I'll
what's
go.
his name is out. T. Higgins is out, so Gesicki's like basically the stand-in for Higgins.
And Taysom Hill has been so inconsistent.
I do like Ertz, but he's got a terrible matchup today.
The Giants are the best team against the tight end.
The Giants' defense is tough. They're tougher than people think. And they can pressure the passer as well. That's why I think that's a low-scoring game. But
yeah.
Jake Ferguson or Mark Andrews? That's a tough question.
I'm taking Ferguson today. I love the matchup. I think has his breakout game today against Atlanta. That's where I'm doing.
And Ferguson's getting there. So Mark Andrews is against the Broncos. They're pretty good against the tight end. About 10, 11 points. And Atlanta gives up 13 points to the tight end. So give me Ferguson. Lamar or Mahomes? I go Mahomes.
It's probably the only time all season I'm going to agree about Mahomes.
I know. But Lamar's got a pretty tough match. It's so hard to sit Lamar. I guess take Lamar. He's having an MVP season. I don't know. Mahomes, he's got a great matchup on Monday night.
I'm still going to take Mahomes.
Yeah. He just doesn't do a lot as far as fantasy, Yeah. Take Mahomes is not bad, man.
Yeah. James Walsh wants to know Ladd, McConkey, Shakir, Mostert, PPR. Need 2 flex.
Yep. Tampa Bay is the worst against the quarterback.
Yep. In this case, I'm taking McConkey and Shakir for PPR.
Yep.
And we had quite the gauntlet of questions there, Tooch. If there's more questions, we got 5 minutes till kickoff. Drop them in the chat. We'll answer them, and then we'll hightail it out of here.
Yep. Going to get my hair cut, Joe.
There you go. I got to go this week, too. Because we're taking Christmas photos this week.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah,
we're doing everything early, Tooch, because the baby's due on Christmas Day. So we're trying to get
Christmas surprise, Christmas baby.
Trying
what a
to get
wonderful
everything.
Present.
Yeah, right. Trying to do everything so that we don't have to scramble.
Yeah. Any time touchdown players you like today, Joe? You've been red hot with the touchdowns.
No, I got real ice cold for a while, but I was hot before.
You were red hot for a while, man.
I was red hot, and now my DraftKings account is empty.
The bankroll must have been high though at one point. No,
it was double what I invested in it, but
did you pull some out or roll it over?
No, it's gone.
Easy come, easy go.
That's right. Anytime touchdown plays today. Let's see. Really, really like today. Anytime touchdown play. Of course, I'm going to go Saquon and Cooper Kupp parlay.
Good. Like it. Good.
Kupp gets Seattle and Saquon gets Jacksonville. I think both of those guys score.
Love it. Yeah, I like Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. He had 3 of them last week.
I got I got messed up by that kid from the Jets that I had score anytime touchdown on Monday night when he dropped the ball. I had $5 on it. It would have paid me like $700.
How about that George Pickens play where he didn't get his foot in?
Yeah.
Just spun around without getting one of his right foot down or whatever. Left one of his feet didn't get down. He got the other foot down like twice or three times. That's the most ridiculous non-touchdown I've ever seen.
I don't know how it's not a touchdown still, to be honest.
I think I had him as an anytime touchdown too.
It's always how it plays out.
Ridiculous. All right.
But all right, boys, we're going to get out of here. Thanks,
No
everyone in the
more
chat.
questions, right?
Not yet. If you have a question, you have 30 seconds to get it in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to roll the credits, get out of here.
Rolling.
Go watch some Sunday games, get our haircut, mow our lawn.
Get Red Zone up. Let's go.
That's
Maybe hit
it.
some Buffalo Wild Wings to watch all the games.
There you go. That sounds pretty good. Oh, here we go. We did get one. Chargers or Commanders at defense?
Wait, Commanders.
Yeah, I'll take a shot on the Commanders today. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks to the chat room for being so active. Thank you, Robert. We appreciate you. And we got a question, of course. Lad McConkey or Random Dre?
Who's Random Dre? I don't know. DeAndre Hopkins? DeAndre Swift? DeAndre Carter?
Ramondre Stevenson.
Ramondre, voice to text. Fucking, I love Ramondre today, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Ramondre. And RKB, we love you too, buddy.
Oh, love you too, KB.
Look at him looking so dashing in that photo.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's a
It's like
handsome guy.
It's like a cover of GQ right there.
Yep.
And we're getting questions. Oh my gosh. Tillman or Chubb? Ooh.
This is tough, man.
That's really tough. I love Tillman today, and Chubb has got a tough matchup, but he's always matchup proof. So I'm going to take Tillman because I think he's going to get targeted like crazy.
I do too. He's a big target in the end zone too, but it's hard. If it was standard, I would take Chubb.
Ramondre or Tracy? I'll
This
take
is
Ramondre.
tough. I think I got to go Ramondre. I love Tracy today, though, too. I don't think you're wrong with either one, Laro.
I think they're both going to have good days.
Yep, I do too.
And Blurpy says congrats. Thank you very much.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, Blurpy.
All right, guys. We are at kickoff. We're
Game
going to get
time.
out of here. Appreciate the chat for all the questions. Super active today.
Let's do
Huge
it.
thanks to Adam Sham, who's always here with us. He had to bounce for work, but always thank him for being with us. Tooch,
Bounce too.
appreciate you for being on here, man. Always fun talking football. And,
Yes, sir.
Always fun getting ready for football. So
Let's roll.
make sure you tune into the ballroom. Tons of great stuff coming up this week. Subscribe, like, follow, all the shebang. Lots of great stuff coming up. But guys, always, God bless America. God bless football. And let's kick some ass. We'll see you guys next week. And bear down.